All right, welcome back everyone. We have our water, a brand new book, and we have a blanket. So honestly, we're just cozying up today and we're going to read this book. This book is called The Kissing Hand and it's about a mom and a little baby raccoon. Illustrations are by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake, and the author is Audrey Penn. The Kissing Hand. I think I just have a thing about illustrations. It's the artist in me, but the illustrations in this book are beautiful. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" This raccoon just looks so sad. There's little tears coming out of his eyes too. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." So these raccoons are nocturnal, which means that they are awake at nighttime and they sleep during the day. So it's funny to think about raccoons going to school at night because that's when they would be awake, just like we're awake during the day. Chester wiped his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand." "The Kissing Hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. What do we think he's gonna do? Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. And their school is in a tree. I love you. So what Chester's hand here is doing is this, which means I love you in sign language, with the heart on his palm. So I want you to think, if you can remember something that someone did for you, a loved one, maybe a family member, mom, dad, grandparent, aunt, uncle, someone, maybe a sibling. Someone did something for you that made you feel so much better when you were worried about something. Chester was super worried about going to school, and his mom came up with something that would help him feel better about going to school. So think about something that someone has done for you when you were super worried or anxious about something that made you feel so much better. And what I want you to do is either tell them in person, draw them a picture, or write them a note and thank them for doing that thing for you. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you later. Bye!